Unless you've been living under a rock, you've definitely been smitten by the storm that is the new Netflix series Wednesday. And if you're like us, then you've probably even posted your version of the Goo Goo Muck dance no one will ever see. But of course, a huge part of why everyone is so excited and fixated on the show is the real-life Wednesday actress, Jenna Ortega.
I watched Wednesday and I told you this backstage. I go, oh my gosh, you're crushing this. You're phenomenal. It is the second most watched series in Netflix history.
She totally nailed the part, and that's why I can't help but wonder, how much money did she get paid for the role, and what is her overall net worth? So let's be honest here, I'm all guilty of looking up the net worth of our favourite actors. Some people might think, who is counting? And the answer is, I am. You're definitely not a super fan if you don't know how much your favourite actor has in the bank, or wherever actors keep their money. However, sometimes the answer isn't straightforward, especially with young actors who are just starting out, but I am down for the challenge. Not that Jenna Ortega is even a rising star anymore, because she's been on the Hollywood scene far longer than you think. Jenna's past roles. She had her big break in Jane the Virgin when she played a younger version of Jane when she was only 11 years old. After that, she had a recurring role in several episodes of the Disney Channel's hit sitcom Stuck in the Middle, and she also played the Vice President's daughter in Iron Man 3, marking her feature film acting debut in the MCU sequel.
Oh, I love this song.
Me too.
Her act as Wednesday isn't her first rodeo on the horror movie scene either. The 20-year-old actress has been working tirelessly to carve her name into the thriller horror genre with movies such as The Babysitter, Killer Queen, Studio 666, and most recently, A24's X. She also joined the Season 2 cast of You, which I could have said was one of her biggest parts before now, but that would be discrediting her outstanding performance as Tara Carpenter in the 2022 remake of Scream.
Maybe you're too weak for this franchise.
How much Jenna earns. So it wasn't really such a huge surprise Tim Burton cast her to play Wednesday. Plus, there's the fact that these days teenage shows are all the rage, and that's why big bucks companies like Netflix and HBO are willing to pay younger actors for their roles. For instance, the starting salaries of actors from the Netflix show 13 Reasons Why was between $20,000 to $60,000 per episode. Isn't that crazy? To give you some perspective, the average actor in a fairly successful show could make close to $43,000, with the top 25% of actors making about $60,000 and the bottom 25% making $28,000. Well, all that money certainly explains why celebrities can live the kind of extravagant lifestyles they tend to live, from their multi-million-dollar Beverly Hills homes to the designer clothes and jewels on the red carpet. And from all the success Wednesday had, I wouldn't be surprised to hear if any of its cast buys a new home.
The only person who gets to torture my brother is me.
The show made its Netflix premiere at #1 in 83 different countries, and it had the second highest number of pre-release viewers, second only to The Witcher. Within a mere 3 weeks of its debut, it had outperformed all other English Netflix shows to become the second most watched show, with an estimated 150 million households and 1.02 billion viewing hours.
Good, better than too early. That's what I do every day. Oh, well done.
Although the fact that the movie was released digitally does mean I can only guess at the exact figures made because the platform makes money from subscriptions, but that doesn't mean the actors get paid any less because, for instance, Daniel Craig is estimated to have made about $100 million as a result of the astonishing success of the Knives Out sequels. The reason for this windfall is the fact that Netflix pays actors for the anticipated back-end box office participation they would get if their films were only released in theaters. The second and third films in the murder mystery series would have earned Daniel more money, thus resulting in the former James Bond actor's 9-figure paycheck. And considering the announcement that Netflix has renewed Wednesday for a second season, their profit margin was undoubtedly in the millions or maybe even billions. Not to bore you with the fuzzy maths details, but basically, a series is only renewed if the total income figure is much higher than the production costs of the previous season. How much is Jenna's total net worth? Naturally, all these plus the fact that Jenna Ortega received a Golden Globe nomination raises the question of how much money Jenna made from the show and how that affected her entire net worth. Wednesday received a nomination for Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy, and Ortega received a nomination for Best Actress in a TV Series, Musical or Comedy.
Jenna Ortega nominated tonight for Wednesday, your first Golden Globes in a major nomination.
Although for actors, awards and notoriety don't always translate into more pay. It all depends on how much your agent can negotiate and also how much you've been earning from your previous roles. So definitely, actors like Gwendolyn Christie, who played Principal Weems, might have commanded even bigger pay than Jenna Ortega because she was making about $100,000 to $200,000 per episode on Game of Thrones. Ortega also has a lot of experience under her belt as well, thanks to all those roles in various films and TV shows she's been in over the years. According to Jenna, her mother was really supportive and worked super hard to get her into the sights of casting agencies at an early age.
2 minutes to brush all the nasties away. I used to make the time go by faster by singing a song.
Her mum is an emergency worker who supported Ortega's early hopes of wanting to be an actress. She finally decided to make the bold choice to quit school altogether to focus on her acting career fully and jump forward a few years later. She landed the role of Wednesday Addams. According to several sources, Jenna Ortega now reportedly has a net worth of $3 million. But you can be sure the figures will go through the roof, much like her Instagram account has been. The series' newfound fame brought with it thousands of dollars to the whole cast of the show in the form of new job offers and sponsorships. And according to recent data from sources, Ortega, being the star of the show, has the potential to make up to $117,383 alone from a single sponsored Instagram post. She originally had about 9.39 million followers by the time of Wednesday's debut, but she saw an increase of 20 million followers just 10 days after its release. In total, she now has about 35.4 million followers, and this alone has the potential to earn her more than $78,000 for each sponsored post. Although given how quickly her audience is expanding, this estimate is probably already out of date as I speak. Oh, and in case you missed it, Jenna recently spoke about her use of Instagram and said how she's trying to see her social media just as a business platform. She doesn't want to be hooked or worried about how she appears or what people think of her on there, just work, and just posts related to work. She gave her reasons for this, saying she's trying to be viewed more as an actor rather than an influencer.
I can't really process those numbers, and I've spent as much time as possible off of social media just because I don't really like it that much, and I feel like...
How much did other actors make? It's not only Ortega who has seen a jump in her followers and net worth, but her co-stars on the show are also getting increasingly popular as well. With over 10 million Instagram followers, Emma Myers has the second highest following of all the cast members. She played the role of Enid, Wednesday's roommate and new best friend. Emma now reportedly earns up to $19,250 for each sponsored post. Not that she needed any more influence, but Catherine Zeta-Jones also got in a taste of the action as well. The Academy Award-winning actress plays Morticia Addams, Wednesday's mum. Catherine already had a net worth of about $150 million before this, so I can only imagine how much Netflix had to pay to lure her into the role. Percy Hines, who starred as Xavier Thorpe, also shot up in fame as well, and he has been ranked as the cast's fourth most influential cast member. Finally, there was also Christina Ricci, who previously played Wednesday in The Addams Family. It was the role that made her famous in the first place, and she reportedly makes up to $125,000 per episode, even on small screen productions. Given the success of Wednesday's debut season, and with its approval for a second season by Netflix due to overwhelming interest by fans worldwide, it is not unrealistic to assume that Jenna will soon be making the same kind of money as the stars of Stranger Things and 13 Reasons Why, who now earn between $200,000 and $300,000 per episode in later seasons. Plus, if you are interested in learning all about the second season of Wednesday, then make sure to hit the like and subscribe to get notifications on our videos.